We're gonna do some Brantley Gilbert with Bottoms Up. It's a good song, man. This goes out to Eric. And I'm gonna show you the two primary guitar parts, and well, for the main guitar. Okay, there's a couple guitars going on here. So we've got a clean part and then a distorted part. When I switch to distortion, I don't have my foot switch available for my effects, so I'm going to have a little bit of delay going on the distortion, which they don't. They have a little bit of reverb, but it still sounds cool. Alright, so here's what we're looking at. Brantley Gilbert, Bottoms Up, standard tuning. I'm Mike Gross, by the way. Here we go. That's the two parts you're going to learn. On the clean, there's chorus in there, real pretty sounding, and I wanted to really capture that vibe to try and emulate that sound that's going on. The distortion, it's pretty much the amount of distortion that's going on minus the delay. It's more like da-na, like real staccato on the breaks. All right, so standard tuning, like I said, and let's jump right on in. E minor, C major, and D major are the basic chords that this intro has in it. And this is clean channel. We're starting with E minor. Now, I'm going to show you, just so you have a guide, the fingering I'm using, but there's another way you can do that. There's always optional fingering for the most part with chords. Not always, but most of the time. So, first finger 2A, middle finger 2D. That's all you need to get started. Make sure that the secondary finger, whatever finger you wind up using, that the knuckle is coming at a downward angle to stay off the G. We're going to need the G in there. So it's EA, skip to the G, and then go to the D. So if you're angling it, you may run into this when you hit that G, and that just means your knuckle shift needs to come higher to stay off the G. Sometimes you won't even feel it. Alright, the next one, based off of C major, it actually is a C major. It's a C, a E, and a G note. Go middle 3A, first finger 2D, and an open G. On this, it's A, D, G, D, or strings 5, 4, 3, 4. And then take that same shape, we're going to move it a whole step sharp on guitar. We're talking 2 frets here, so take that whole thing. There's a half step, there's our whole step. So it's 5, 4, open. Do the same thing over here. Double dots times 2. And then you'd start it over. Okay, like I said, optional fingering, man. You may want to reverse this like this. Then all it is a matter is moving one finger and keeping this placed on the 2nd fret D string, and then moving the shape. So it's actually easier this way, but typically when you see someone playing an E minor, it's played this way. But experiment with it, okay? That'll go a lot of times. I mean, a bunch of times. When it changes, trust me, you'll know. But when you leave the section, you're going to have this. that's coming off the 5/4 open, which is basically our D. Alright, so we have, and then we're going to move into distortion, which I'm going to go ahead and shut this off since I'm standing up now. And these are what you call power chords. They're a little bit bigger because power chords are typically 2 strings. This is 3-string power chords using the root, the 5th of the scale, and the octave to the root. So it's a E, a C, and a D. Ironically, those fit over this. You'll see. You can play them together. So 7A, 9D, and 9G, you can decide, once again, fingering is optional. However you typically play power chords, go for it. If this is your first time, then just follow this. 7, 9, 9, A, D, G, 1st, 3rd, and 4th finger. Now you won't always see me doing it that way. Sometimes I will bar, which is laying a finger flat over 2 or more strings with my 3rd finger, or sometimes even my 4th. So try to mute that low E as well as the B and the G underneath there. Just a good habit. We've switched over to distortion. We're going to do 2 times and a rest. Okay, so from there we're going to move it over 2 steps to 3-5-5 and do that twice. And then from there we're going to move it up a whole step to 5-7-7. And then we have to change something. I'm actually going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to do the bar version on these. Okay, this part might be a little tricky, and this would be the toughest part probably of everything in this lesson. There's something called fret hand muting that he's using, which is a dead sound over the strings. You're going to want to relieve the pressure. See, we're already resting, right? Boom. We're sticking our hands over the strings and lifting this up, or both. So it's not going. Okay, we want to rest. And that's an 8th note progression, by the way. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Between those 2 chords, we've covered what's called a measure in music. Okay, now we're moving up to the D chord. Remember, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start, just leave these where they're at, because we're going to be pivoting between, or bouncing back between fret hand muting and the power chord itself. So the best way to approach that is to do the muting right where your chord is. It makes sense. Relieve the pressure, drop these fingers down so you can get a nice solid mute. Go down, up, and you don't have to, you know, like that, but just try to grab the majority of the strings, starting from the top. Down, up, down. That last down, you want the pressure applied again to where you're hearing the A, D, and G string. Then fret hand mute down. Then press the chord down again and do an up. Do another up mute, and then down on the chord. That's how they're probably strumming it, and that is definitely the beat of the strum. You may think that's too crazy, I'm just going to go. You can, but it sounds different. I don't know if you can notice a difference in that sound, but check it out. I'll do the way they're doing it, and the all downstroke way. It's just real choppy. You don't want that. You want it to be more flowing. You don't ever want to put yourself in a position where you're downstroking all the time, because then when you really need to incorporate the downs and ups, then you're stuck. So try to memorize what I'm doing. Down, up, down, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down. Make a loop out of it, repeat it. If you have to, if it's too much to think about, just like mute everything. Down, up, down, down, up, down. And then try applying the chords. Because you're only hitting the chords 3 times. Around that is our mutes. And then go back to the E power chord and start it over. This time it's the same thing, but don't start with the down up mute, start with the power chord. Everything else is the same. So we have two concepts in this one, which we just eliminated the 16th note down up mute at the start of that, okay? Man, it is freaking hot in here. I'm not kidding you guys. My goodness. Wow. Well, Mike, turn a fan on, stupid. I know I will. Do you talk to yourself much, Mike? A little bit. I know you guys are listening. Anyways, have fun with it. Take your time. Subgroup. You know, in every lesson, you hear me say this frequently. There's always more than one thing that could be learned. We're working on strumming. We're working on power chords. Extended power chords where we're adding the octave. Fret hand muting, like I said. Staccato, putting our rests where they need to be. Arpeggios, which is the intro where we're doing the picking through those open chords. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So try to find them pockets and those subgroups. You know, obviously you're going to want to be able to make these changes fast enough. So if you're having issue, excuse me, on that intro, you know, say from the E minor to the C with this fingering, I'd like you still to try to learn it this way, because you're probably going to end up playing that E minor like this. You know, if you're a beginner, you'll see down the road this is more than likely how you end up doing it anyways. But if you're like, it's easier right now to do it the other way, then do it the other way, but still practice it the way that I showed you. Because I want you to get the full benefit, alright? So something you can be aware of too. Anyways, we'll wrap it up really quick. I want to let you guys know I do teach privately on Skype. I live in California, but I teach not only in the United States but around the world. I'm loving it. If that's something you're interested in, email me rockinguitarlessons@hotmail.com. Hotmail. And Mike at rockinguitarlessons.com. Tag me in both those. Just to be safe, there's two ways to contact me. And I can give you the price breakdown and how that works. Basically, you pay for the month, or you can pay per lesson. You get a discount if you pay for the month. We try to set you up on the same day, same time each week for the lessons. As far as content and what we work on, it's any and everything. And if you have something in mind, then that's the area, that's the way that we will direct the lessons to where you're learning, you know, even in the style of music that you like, so it's not just so boring of me like saying, here's your 7 chords, you know, let's just do that the whole lesson. And you know, I try to make it, actually not try, but I do, I make it fun and give examples rhythmically in the context of a song, so you can see how these chords are working with the songs. It's more motivating and funner to work on. It's how I learned. So lots of routes we can go. I also offer what's called CVT lessons, which are custom video tablature lessons. If you don't have Skype, or for whatever reason, you know that you can't, it's hard for you to get a set day, set time each week, you can still get lessons from me. And to read up more about that, you can email me. Go to my website, rockinguitarlessons.com, or on this channel I have tutorials talking about that as well. Okay, so be sure to subscribe to my channel. Share this video as well as many others as you can. This channel is about you guys, and it's all styles. One week you may see Slayer here, and the next it may be Brantley Gilbert, then it may be Stevie Ray Vaughan, it may be Roy Clark, it may be Steve Vai, it may be Mr. Big, Dream Theater, Alcatraz, Rainbow, Luke Bryan, Keith Urban. You never know what you're going to get. Because this channel, youtube.com/rockinguitarlessons1, is about you guys. It's an all request channel. So yes, I have thousands of requests, but put your request in, man. Who knows? Because if it's someone that I notice that's new, sometimes that's the one I grab. It doesn't hurt. Take you a second. You can make the request right here. You can email me. You can add me on Facebook, facebook.com/rockinguitarlessons. Add me on Twitter. All that stuff you can read about down below. Okay, so we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in for this lesson of Brantley Gilbert. Bottoms up. See ya.